From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and now it's time for the nation's sharpest opinion. And let me begin by saying that it gives nobody any joy to put out a hashtag like the one which I'm putting up now. And the hashtag for the second debate is this, viewers. Hashtag Pak put on sale. Yes, it's like the annual sale, ladies and gentlemen. Pakistan has been put on sale. It is very unfortunate for the people of Pakistan, but that is the reality. In fact, today it's back to the East India Company situation for Pakistan. And this is because the country is preparing to live off the arms of global private lenders. The IMF has refused to save Pakistan. China has agreed to refinance just $1 or $2 billion. This means that even if the Chinese refinancing happens, then Pakistan has got another 10 days before it goes bankrupt again. So the country is living week to week, or rather should we say it's dying week to week. Now in this new and shameful move, the Pakistanis have started going to global private lending groups. They're asking money from super rich global investors. They are going to a lot of investment banks. They are going to a lot of hedge funds. They are going to a lot of private high net worth individuals globally asking for money. They have gone also to the Rothschild group. I'm not making this up. There were pictures earlier today of the Prime Minister of Pakistan with a begging bowl along with his Finance Minister of State for Finance, Aisha Ghaus Pasha, and other officials asking for money from the Rothschilds. Now, Rothschilds, who is Rothschilds? They're a financial advisory powerhouse. They're very rich, very big. They've got a lot of investments everywhere, but they're a private group. And naturally, like any private, like a completely profit-seeking private group, they have a predatory corporate approach to such situations. Countries don't take money from private investment banks or private groups or HNIs. It's disgraceful to do so. I mean, you're not a country anymore. If you're in this situation, it's pretty much end of the road for you. But we had this situation in Pakistan today where the Prime Minister of Pakistan, ladies and gentlemen, the Prime Minister of Pakistan met the delegation of a private group. What he's essentially doing when he's doing so, he is putting his country on sale. As of tonight, ladies and gentlemen, anyone who improves the terms that the Rothschilds offer can buy Pakistan's economy and therefore essentially can buy a part or all of Pakistan. And that is why I'm saying tonight on the nation's sharpest opinion, it's really sad, but it's back to the days of the East India Company for Pakistan. They are no longer an independent country. Let's debate.
Turned away by the IMF.
As I speak, IMF का delegation इस्लामाबाद में बैठा है और वो यकीनन फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर और उनकी टीम को बहुत टफ टाइम दे रहा है. मैं इस वक्त इस मौके के ऊपर तफसील में नहीं जाऊंगा, सिर्फ इस बात पर इत्तफाक करूंगा इस हवाले से, इट्स बियॉन्ड इमेजिनेशन, लेकिन मजबूरी उसको करना है, हमने हर सूरत करना है.
Facing an unprecedented cash crunch.
जो हमारे मुल्क के इस वक्त हालात है, हम एक दिवालिया मुल्क के रहने वाले हैं. आपने सुना होगा डिफॉल्ट हो रहा है या दिवालिया हो रहा है या मेल्टडाउन हो रहा है.
Dumped by the Chinese, who are slowly but surely extricating themselves from all Pakistani affairs. The people in Pakistan have no cash left.
कि अब रोज़मर्रा के जो काम हैं, जो खर्चे हैं, वो भी नहीं निकल रहे हुकूमत पाकिस्तान से। मैं एक बात वाज़ेह कर देना चाहता हूँ कि क्योंकि अब सारा बोझ महंगाई का आवाम पे डालने का फैसला तो ये पीडीएम की हुकूमत कर चुकी है। तेल महंगा, डीजल महंगा, बिजली महंगी, गैस महंगी, हर चीज़ महंगी। अफरात-ए-ज़र 30% पे चली गई है। आटे की कीमत, घी की कीमत, दालों की कीमत, हर चीज़, चिकन की कीमत, ये सारा कुछ तो इस हुकूमत ने कर दिया है। लेकिन क्या IMF की डील होने से ये सब कुछ खत्म हो जाएगा?
But Pakistan is taxing their own people.
अब लग्जरी आइटम पर GST की शरह को 17% से बढ़ाकर लग्जरी आइटम पर, जो कि पहले बैन रही हैं कुछ महीने पहले, उस पर 25% की बुलंद सतह पर ले जाने का फैसला किया है। इसी तरह जो एयर ट्रैवल है वो फर्स्ट क्लास और बिजनेस क्लास में, जो कि फेडरल एक्साइज ड्यूटी है, वो 20% ऑफ द एयर टिकट या 50,000 रुपये जो भी ज़्यादा हो, whichever is higher.
And rushing to private firm Rothschild & Co. for a loan. But the only ones willing to return to Pakistan seem to be these terrorists crossing the Durand line. No funds, no prospect, no hope. It's over for Pakistan. Let's debate.
And I have Hamid Khan and Faraz Saeed and Major Janju. I am told today Hamid Khan is in London. So maybe he has fled, I don't know. Many people are fleeing Pakistan. Gaurav?
I'm going back in 2 days.
Oh, okay. You're going back to Pakistan, no?
Yes, of course.
I don't know.
Arnab, I arrived back in Pakistan only this morning. So your assumption is actually wrong. I just arrived in Pakistan.
Yeah, but you're the privileged set
So
for whom
Hamid
it
will
doesn't
come back.
matter, no?
Yes, I'm coming in 2 days.
You're the privileged set, it doesn't matter to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Now Faraz is also with us. I have just one question. You know, I really feel that you have made a mistake by going to the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds are private lenders, private bankers. They lend to companies and to people. And I couldn't believe it actually. I just couldn't believe it. I know they've been dumped by IMF. I know they're a mess. I know they are bankrupt. I know they are begging because they need to beg. But I still believe that when you go to a private banker, then you have reduced your country from being a country to being a Diwaliya company. You are not a country anymore. No country goes, you go to the Rothschilds, Gaurav, it's like saying I'm going to Morgan Stanley to save me. I'm going to Barclays Bank to save me. I mean, Gaurav,
Arnab,
this is...
Arnab, that is not the point. It's not
Why is it not the point? Huh?
Because Arnab, this entire theory of Pakistan and I mean many of the countries of the Islamic world, which they have grown out of, is that Yahud and Nasara ki sajish hai. Rothschild is Jewish, for heaven's sake. You can't go and borrow money from the Jews. This is what, I mean, Sushant is laughing. Sushant knows what I'm talking about. Yahud and Nasara ki sajish to bahut purani hai. So, I mean, going to a private lender is one small part of it. Go. I mean, for all you care, I mean, you're welcome. That's your internal business. No, but now you're borrowing money from
I applaud
Jews.
your research, Major Arya. I really applaud your research. Well done.
सर बट ये यहूदा नसारा की बात ठीक है ना सर?
मैं इसका जवाब दूंगा ना, मैं इसका जवाब दूंगा।
आप जवाब दीजिए सर। जी बिल्कुल।
अच्छा, no, thank you very much. It's really true. बिल्कुल ऐसे ही है। Rothschild की जो repute है वो ऐसे ही है कि it's a Jewish owned financial organization. पहली बात तो ये है, I'm sorry, I have to start with English today. Okay, the thing is that, I mean, why you are doing it thinking on a speculation that Pakistan has met a delegation and Pakistan has, I mean, you go 10 steps ahead, which even do not, happen or occurred. Why you try to conclude so many things on basis of your speculation? Pakistan is still in the process of finalizing the deal with IMF. Pakistan has not announced anything to do with Rothschild or their group, right? And third thing is that when you say that it is being bankrupt, it is for sale, it makes me look like you have very less knowledge for Pakistan. For God's sake, Pakistan have a very rich organization within Pakistan. If that will be the situation,
yes, you have. I agree with you. I agree with you. Hamid Khan, you are right. You have a very, very, very rich organization within Pakistan, which is running the Pakistani canteen. It is the Pakistani ISI, the army. They are the richest. Unse paisa le lijiye. Second question is, you forgot one thing, your biggest asset. How come in your moment, see people when they're in trouble, they try to look for हमारे पास क्या है ना? कोई अगर कंगाल हो जाए तो देखेंगे कि नहीं 100 रुपए हमने बिस्तर के नीचे ऐसे रखा हुआ था, उसको निकाल के उसी से आज का गुजारा हो जाएगा. मैं ये कह रहा हूँ okay, I'll revert to English. I'm just saying that in these situations you must understand, you have what you call the Islamic bomb. You said that you have the Islamic bomb. Why don't you go to the Islamic world and tell the Islamic world, we have the Islamic bomb, now pay us money for it? Why is the Islamic world not helping you? Why is the Islamic world on whose behalf you have ostensibly created and are maintaining an Islamic bomb, why are they not helping you?
Let me tell you.
Why are you having to go to the Rothschilds? Let me put that question to Major Janjua, please.
Okay. Pakistan's nuclear asset is its deterrence. Pakistan will not compromise on nuclear deterrence. And let me tell you one thing, that it is not the situation that Pakistan has been bankrupt. It has been mismanaged, misgoverned, incapability of the current government. You would see
I repeat now.
change in the picture once there will be elections.
I repeat now, Major Janjua. Major Janjua. Major Janjua. Major Janjua.
Arnab. Yes, I'm here, Arnab.
Should I ask you a question or would you like to make an opening remark?
You're asking me, Arnab?
Okay, I'm asking.
Because there was crosstalk.
Should I ask you?
Okay.
I just want you to tell me about the Islamic
Arnab,
bomb. How much is it worth?
I'm very pleased.
Why don't you put it on mortgage?
Very happy today, and he's smiling. Gaurav is smiling, and I have said this in another program a few days ago to him, and I will say it again to Gaurav. Gaurav, I will say it again to you. Honestly, if you find this as a confession, I am making it again. I made this in a program to you a few days ago. This is no Yahudo Nasara ki sazish. This is by our own people. This is whatever has fallen by the deeds of our own people. So any coward would go and blame India, Israel, America, or anybody. I have the audacity and the courage and the magnanimity, whatever you call it, whatever word you give it. This is self-inflicted. So that's what I told you a few days ago, and I'm saying it again. On an international forum, online, I'm saying it. This is self-inflicted. So that should give you some semblance that I am ready to face the truth and hold the bull by the horns. That's the first thing. Having said that, I'm not going to sit here and blame anybody. I'm not going to sit here and blame India or whatever. Exactly. Now, coming over, the other part that Arnab was saying, you have an Islamic bomb, and why don't you go to the Islamic countries?
Yeah.
Arnab?
Yeah.
I said it, and unfortunately, I have to repeat it. We have an Islamic bomb. However, our nuclear assets, as Hamid was saying, are completely safe. No uranium has ever been found stolen from our stockpiles. It is India, 216 kilograms in the last 10 years, that has been stolen from India. Yes, Gaurav, you'll get a chance. I'm humbly requesting
you to give me a chance. Even Sushant has to respond.
So you can definitely reply.
You appear to be absolutely besotted with Gaurav.
That uranium was not stolen from India.
I'm not discussing uranium,
216 kilograms. And
not even 1
kilogram, not even half kilogram for Pakistan has ever been stolen.
No, by point.
So where is this leading to?
Sir, you're right.
No.
Major Janjua, you're right. But I just want to ask you, why did you put Abdul Qadir Khan in jail then? I mean, what is the logic of putting your top nuclear scientist in jail?
Shall I reply for that? Shall I reply for that?
No, I don't. It's not a joke.
Please.
No. I'll tell you. 1 minute. Just 1 minute. 1 minute.
That was the best way Pakistan protected.
Okay. Viewers. Hand over to anybody else. Jitne Pakistani. You know.
Best.
Okay. Now listen to me. You know.
मुझे glasses नहीं लग गए.
A lot of people a lot of people watching everywhere across the world nowadays, especially a lot of people in Pakistan, because they say we don't get the news of, you know. And I want to tell you, people in Pakistan, ये बेशर्मी की हद होती है कि आपके प्रधानमंत्री जाके रॉथस्चाइल्ड से मिले. I mean, it's so sad. I mean, you can make a, I'm just saying it. Don't have to say for God's sake. I'm telling you the truth. One minute, Major, I'll tell you. You have to be pretty besharam out here to be going to the Rothschilds to ask for money. You're a country. This is a private group. This is a private group. A prime minister meeting the Rothschilds executives is really tragic. And this is the same private group which, after gaining control of America's money supply, had in 1812, listen to me, I'm giving you an education. I'm giving you an education about the Rothschilds here. This is the same private group which, after gaining control of America's money supply in 1812, threatened America with the most disastrous war with Britain when the US refused to renew their charter for the family-established central bank. Basically, this is a very hardcore financial group. They won't give you 1 rupee without 1,000 conditions. One minute. Let me tell you today, hear me, the conditions of the Rothschilds will be tougher than the conditions of IMF. Ask Sushant if I am wrong. The conditions put by Rothschilds will be 1,000 times more tough than that of the IMF. Anyone knows that.
Then why would Pakistan accept it?
Pakistan have done God, you know, why?
IMF was saying Pakistan have met the conditions of IMF. We have put 170 billion new taxes on the public, and I mean, I was against of it. So Pakistan has completed its agreement with IMF. Pakistan would not need to go on Rothschild. Let me tell you one thing. Second, I will tell you one more thing. That as Major Janjua is saying, it is all about the incapability. It is all about bad governance. It is all about the not right people running the country the right way.
So who's the right person?
Arnab,
Let's have the new election.
Arnab, zoom it in.
1 minute, Sushant, please. Gaurav, let Sushant come in.
I can't see what you are showing. You have to zoom it in.
Pakistan will have a very much bright future. Let us see in few months. You will see yourself. Arnab, you will see yourself.
Gaurav. Listen, I want Sushant to come in. Gaurav, I'll look at the phone in a minute. Sushant, you wanted to come in?
Yes.
You know, they're not here.
It's an official. Okay, sorry, Sushant. Please.
Yeah, so just a couple of things I wanted to say. One, you know, I'm a little disappointed in what Major Janjua said, because I was really hoping that the Pakistanis would say that this is not only Yahood and Nasara, but also Hunood ki sazish. So I'm a little disappointed, but on a more serious note, I think this whole thing about, you know, Pakistan has gone bankrupt because of bad governance. All companies which go bankrupt, for example, go bankrupt because of bad governance, bad decisions, right? Bad leaders. Where are they going to get leaders from? They imported leaders like Imran Khan, they planted them, and they had a mess up. But I think on a more serious note, on the Rothschild, I think it has political implications. It doesn't look good for the optics because, you know, it's a Jewish company and all of that. But I don't think the Rothschild are coming, as Mr. Hamid Khan was suggesting, to lend money. I think they're coming to something far more serious. And what they're coming for is, and this in some ways, Arnab, is an acknowledgement that Pakistan has gone completely bust, because one side of what the Rothschilds do is that they go into countries when they need for their debt to be restructured and they need their debt to be rescheduled. And that is, it's almost like default. So while the IMF program is still hanging, there's still some hope that the IMF program will come, but that program is not going to be enough for them to pay off their debts, because those debts have become unsustainable. They will need to go in for debt restructuring and debt rescheduling, which is what companies like Rothschild come and do. But you are right that when companies like Rothschild come, there is massive disruption and dislocation, and it is like a default, because then they have to negotiate with all the lending countries like the Chinese and others, convince them to take haircuts. The Chinese are still not ready to take any kind of a haircut. Many of the other companies, the banks, all of that. And so that the consequences of a default are now confirmed. what their defense minister shot his mouth off, but I think it was an acknowledgement that virtually they have defaulted. Only the formal announcement needs to be made. They are trying to save themselves from the blushes of making a formal announcement of a default by bringing in the Rothschilds, so that by the time they're ready to default, there are some negotiations which go on so that they can go in for a restructuring and a rescheduling of a debt.
Sushant,
but the consequences of that will be as bad as a default.
But Sushant, just to add to that, Hamid, can I say one thing to you? One small thing. Sushant is totally right. But you also need to understand, and Faraz, I want to bring you in, that every debt is linked to every debt. Okay? Suppose you take a loan for a house. Then you are unable to pay the loan. You go to another bank. That other bank is not going to give you the money because the other bank knows that you are a defaulter. So the other bank will put very stringent terms. Now suppose the second time to the second bank also you default, which is Pakistan's situation. Then if Pakistan goes to a third party saying I've defaulted twice, the third party will ask you to get a letter from the second bank and the first bank saying I have no problems with a refinancing of the loan, but the first bank will have to take a far higher risk. You understand, Faraz, you know the situation Pakistan is in. China has refused to acknowledge Pakistan's request to a rollover loan. That is a precondition to secure the IMF loan. So it doesn't matter if China refinances 1 billion or 2 billion of your loans. That is not enough for the IMF. So you are basically, what I'm trying to say is that IMF, Rothschild, China, everybody will come together at one point and put these very tough terms on you. When that happens, you have two choices. Either you can say, we agree or disagree. Let me explain. If you agree, you are not an independent country anymore. Let me tell you frankly, you are not an independent country anymore. If you disagree, you will be over within a month. But the terms are not going to be to your benefit because you have defaulted multiple times. Now, please respond. I'm just explaining, so I hope, Faraz, you understood where I was coming from. Why it's a sort of a vicious circle you are in right now.
Okay, so to begin with, just because we're debating this on Indian channel, I would not want to live in a fool's paradise that, oh, no, Rothschild has no ulterior motives. If we trace back to history, Rothschild do have a history where it tries and attempts and has been very successful in taking over, assets of nation states. And we can't, put our ears to deaf. The point is, yes, Pakistan is a bad shape. Pakistan's international bonds are right now trading as junk bonds. That means that we have to pay a lot more higher interest rate than other competitive bonds that are traded in international markets. IMF deal is right now hanging in balance. We have reached, a partial agreement, but we have to secure some dollars. That was also one of the conditions, and I think that's why Rothschild is here. We can only speculate right now because there is no official word on what exactly are we getting into with the Rothschild. But the Rothschild itself, the name itself coming to Pakistan should should ring an alarm across our political minds, our political scientists, even an economist. I mean, I will not say, we are in a better shape. Oh, Rothschild is not going to do bad things. Rothschild is going to do bad things if we get into deal with them. Secondly, Pakistan's economy is in bad shape. There is no doubt about it. And yes, we are trying to survive by taking loans. Of course, when we go for a debtor, they are going to issue stringent rules, and our State Bank of Pakistan, our financial institutions will suffer. One of the major conditions the IMF has, another condition is, apart from the taxes that the government just passed, the IMF has also dictated that the government or the State Bank of Pakistan has to raise its interest rate. that means we have much more yet to do. And Rothschild, the name is alarming, and I will agree to that. And all the points that you've raised so far are valid.
No,
and
I'm just saying for us that for us IMF, you guys are making such a big deal of it, but it is only a 1 billion, 1.1 billion bailout. Why are you? See, I just want to tell you this, and Sushant and Gaurav can explain. Even if you get the 1 billion, it's not going to last you more than 10 days. And it is going to come with terrible conditions.
That's true.
So it's not
$1 billion is peanuts.
No, I feel in Pakistan, for us, I'll tell you, Gaurav will explain. I feel in Pakistan, you guys have made the IMF into something of a savior. They are not trying to save you.
No.
They can't save you.
No. IMF
your local media discussions.
IMF gives the money.
Yeah. क्या IMF बचा देगा? कैसे बचाएगा?
Then their friends give the money.
No.
Exactly. So their best friends like Saudi Arabia, their best friends like China, they have said our help is conditional. First, IMF needs to certify that you're good for our loans, good for our money. And once you get money, even if it's $1 billion plus from the IMF, which is peanuts for Pakistan, which is a very small amount of money. Yes. But the other dollars will come once the IMF dollars come, and that is conditional. And unfortunately for Pakistan, their best friends, China, Saudi Arabia, UAE, everybody has said, no, we are not going to roll over stuff. We are not going to give you more money. First, get money from the IMF. Yes, and I was just showing you, Hamid Khan Sahib, you were saying that, here is the Daily Times, and here is also a press release which I have from the Pakistan Information Bureau, which says that the Rothschild team is meeting with Ishaq Dar, and they are in Islamabad as we speak. So what Arnab was telling you was not fake. It's true, sir. It's true.
No.
They are there.
And I know. I am just saying. No. I am just saying that we are making the speculation that Pakistan have finalized some deal with them, or Pakistan have sold itself to them.
Hamid Khan Sahib,
this deal does not happen.
It does not matter.
This deal does not happen because the delegation has
Hamid Khan
visited.
Sahib, please allow me to explain, sir. Hamid Khan Sahib, it does not matter if you take money from the Rothschild or not. That is phase 2. What I'm saying is the fact of the matter is there is a Rothschild team in Islamabad is extremely dangerous.
I'm just saying.
I agree with you.
Hamid,
Can I butt in?
Major Janjua, Major Janjua, I let Sushant come in and then I'll close with you. I'm just trying to share with you that you're being very naive. I think you don't know how the international financial system works. You must understand there are interconnections. China, Saudi Arabia, Rothschild, IMF are all connected. You are going from the frying pan to the fire. They are all in it together. They are all teaching
you. Let me tell you one thing.
Arnab.
Okay.
एक पंजाबी की मिसाल बताऊं आपको.
मुझे मत बताइए, सुशांत को बताइए, वो अच्छा पंजाबी समझता है. बोलिए, सुशांत को बोलिए. बोलिए अभी चुटकुले का समय है.
पंजाबी में ना एक बड़ी सादी सी मिसाल है. कहते हैं कि मरे नू होर मार देने. ठीक है, जब आदमी वीकर होता है ना, तो everybody try to take the advantage.
I'm not doing that.
But let me tell you, I've been very honest. But I still believe that when clock changes, because this is a cycle, clock never stays at one place. I have studied Pakistan past.
Sushant, you need to respond in Punjabi as well. Yeah. सुशांत सुशांत कुछ कह रहे हैं आपको. अरे हामिद जी सुन लीजिए ना. अभी let Sushant respond. Gaurav, for God's sake.
मेरी बारी आएगी.
अब बोलिए सुशांत, बोलिए. Sushant, go on.
I'm just telling Hamid Khan that sometimes the clock also breaks, so they need to be very careful. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I think they need to be very careful because this thing. अच्छा यार एक मिनट रुक जाना यार. Now you just don't carry on. Just let somebody else also speak. So the point is that I don't think that situation is coming just yet, but I think it's a very, very precarious situation which they are in, and they really, the biggest problem, Arnab, I have written about this also. Their biggest problem is they have absolutely no idea how to get out of this mess.
They have no idea.
Because they have a constitutional crisis, they have a political crisis, they have a toxic politics in a person like Imran Khan and his cronies who are leaving no thing undone to break the system.
Yeah.
They have an army which is dysfunctional
Major
now.
Janjua.
They have a government which is completely dysfunctional, and they have an economic mess on their hand, and they have a new wave of terrorism coming in. Now, nobody out of them gives you any cogent, clear idea, a plan of action on how to get out of this crisis. Right?
They don't know.
Even if supposing you are going to the Rothschild. Abhi to ye hoga, when they go to the Rothschild, the TLP will take on a march that how are you going to the Yahudis for money or for a plan, etc., etc. So all that drama is going to play out. So because this is what they've done to their society.
Arnab, can
right?
I?
Yeah, Major Janjua.
Can I speak
So
now?
what is going to happen? Just a second, Janjua. Just a second. So what is going to happen is, so once they've run out of ideas, and even if the loans come in, what are they going to do? What is going to be the plan? What are the terms and conditions on which those loans are going to come? Their rich people have still not taxed themselves. Can you believe this? They're still not taxing themselves.
Like Janjua.
Their privileged people, their judges and all
Janjua
are
doesn't
not
pay any
ready
tax.
to sacrifice.
Yeah.
So how do you expect them to come out of this?
I am one of the higher taxpayers, alhamdulillah. Okay, Manoj, I'll tell you something. Manoj
nahi, Sushant.
Don't mind. Today we are all in a happy mood, and I'm very good to see that. Especially when I see Gaurav smiling, I love it. First and foremost, for Manoj and Arnab and Gaurav, all three of you, it is a litmus test, honestly, across Pakistan. If somebody in India sits down and praise a Pakistani politician or a Pakistani entity, so we all know that entity is good for Pakistan or not. And on the same score, if on an Indian channel or Indian public in general or Indian Prime Minister for that matter, they go against somebody in Pakistan, this is a litmus test that that man is good for Pakistan. Because somebody who's good for Pakistan, you're not going to speak well about him. So I'm very happy to see that you don't want Imran Khan to come back because you also in the hearts of your hearts
no, Mr.
know
Janjua,
that Imran Khan
Mr.
is the
Janjua,
answer.
I actually want Imran Khan to come back. I actually want him to come back.
Good for you.
जो राइस
Okay, then I'm wrong. Then I'm wrong.
मैं तो चाहता हूँ कि वो
I have
वापस
the
आए.
magnanimity. I have the
No,
magnanimity to admit that I
I'm
was wrong
praying
in
that he
judging
comes
you.
back. I'm
Then
praying
he
he
will
comes
come back.
back.
And this is what I'm going to tell you, and you like this statement. What we have done here is, and this is something that nobody writes on the books or the papers. What we have done is, whosoever is crafting this or has been crafting this, whatever you might think, that this Pakistan Muslim League and People's Party for 40 years,
you began by saying,
they've been taking the country for a ride.
Major Janjua, you began by saying you began by saying that we are responsible. हम बेहाल है क्योंकि हमने अपने आप को बेहाल किया. अभी बोल रहे हैं whoever is crafting this, let me tell you, we are very busy people. We have no time to craft anything. Best of luck. If you need the money, please come. Please come. We will give it to you with 15% interest. Thank you. With 15% interest.
You were crafting this.
15% interest.
Don't take me wrong. I didn't say
and
you
two
were
states you'll have to break.
I said the ones who are crafting in Pakistan.
See, Gaurav, he thinks you are.
I didn't make you understand.
No.
No. I didn't say you were crafting it. I can correct myself.
Because last week you said Gaurav Arya is crafting it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much. And we are nearing